like button, give it just a playful little smack, and subscribe and join the channel. And let's hit the rock mode now.
Going up, don't look down. No gravity when you're with me. Light years from home till I found you. A galaxy in front of me, going up above. Don't look down. I travel 1,000,000 miles for you. Going up, don't look down. No gravity when you're with me. Light years from home till I found you. A galaxy in front of me, going up above. Don't look down. I travel 1,000,000 miles for you. Going up, don't look down. Don't look down. I travel 1,000,000 miles for you. Going up, don't look down.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about most streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone CoinEx, so I can't stop. I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said my truth. turn around, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had to say please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centerpiece? What we gonna go? You're gonna eat these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees. There's no weather dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. This thing's about to
Check it. 1 2 1 2.
It's sneaking up on you.
Nothing you can do. Let's go.
This thing's about to boom. I lose control when you do it like that. Ain't got you love when I go mad.
And here we go. Pull out all the stops today for Bitcoin as it hit $50,000. Are you storing your Bitcoin safely, securely? Tangem Wallet can help you out there. Cool little card. Use it on your NFC-enabled phone. Very secure. Really easy to use with that dApp. You do all your DeFi, trading, staking, and all that on DeFi too. Off ramps, really cool. If that one's a little freaky for you, you have an optional seed phrase or not. I recommend not a seed phrase. Talk about that in a minute. And also the SecuX little wallet right here, really cool. Like this one a lot too. Also works with an app on your phone. Air gap wallets, easy use, QR scans, everything easy, 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 easy. Turn you off so you don't run my battery down. Keep that crypto secure. Keep it off exchanges too. That also helps Numba go up in the big. If we all start keeping our crypto off exchanges, it helps Numba go up. It makes it a little bit less scarce. That sounds crazy, but yeah. Nice green bubbly bubbles today. These are all the coins that are up for the whole year. A few of them fell off here. And out of all those, these are the real strong ones that are kind of popping out right now. Stride. No, where'd you go? Super. GLQ, which we looked at. I've got a list of coins over here that we looked at February 2nd. Want to look at some of them, see how they're doing. Super is actually one on there. And so is VR. I've got Rose on there too, but I'm not seeing it on the bubbles here. And there's Botto. Whatever Botto is, Botto hangs in there like a champ. I'm not really sure what it is though. We looked at it before, but it did not impress me enough to remember. Hey, I didn't mean to get to this page, but since we're here, 1,237 subscribers. Appreciate each and every one of you for hitting that subscribe button. And if you haven't, why not, man? Help a brother out. I'm just saying. Tiny little channel. He's all the help it can get, including all the likes that it can get to. And I'm not one to ask for likes, so I get Elvis too.
Out there been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
It's called delegating. Thank you, Elvis. So here I am on the 6-minute chart looking at Bitcoin like a total degen noob, just saying, oh God, we lost it, we're coming down. Hey, technically it's triple top scenario right there going on with a failed ascending triangle pattern. Could bring us right down, but you know what ascending triangles turn into? Well, they eventually turn into falling wedges. They can go, this can go to a channel, this can expand out here since we have some trend lines there. But eventually, if worse comes to worse, you know, they usually just make a channel. This one doesn't look like it would be all that steep, to be honest with you. Huh. Is there an echo in here? Hey man, turn it off. You sound so southern. I am from the South. Nashville born, Nashville bred. Oh gosh, we're doing all that weird stuff. So we're just kind of looking at this little guy. I'm gonna put him back to what I had. I see him breaking. Almost. Bitcoin, we need to zoom out. Don't get caught up in the small time frames. Bitcoin took a big old jump up today, man. We're looking at the 6-minute time frame like life is all over. I got to clear out some of these target areas. I got one at 50,410. Did we make it? I think we just came just a wee bit short there. But rod it. Did we? Hey, man. No. Soon a possibility for us to come up to this top area over here. This trend line I've got about 51,600, 800-ish, just depending on which the two meet when price meets that area. Hanging out here nicely on the 9 moving average on Bitcoin. Strong ride to the upside so far, baby. 6 minute light look a little toppy, but 4 hours says we're still doing all right, even though there's a little bit of fall in volume here. Something to look at. Rising price and falling volume means the move's starting to get a little bit tired. It's reflecting a little bit in the smaller time frames, freaking everybody out here. And yeah, it could. Yeah, we could. We could be totally dropping right back down here to retest 48,700. I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's a 618 fib area that we got above. That's a major area to flip and make sure that it's solid. I have no doubts we would touch. I would not be surprised. So if you're trying to short this market, you might have a little bit of a chance, a little bit of an argument there. Notice it on all the time frames, smaller to the larger, they're all building up for all the moving averages. We're consolidating up here, and all the moving averages are just easily moving up to consolidation. So I anticipate we will see more of this area just kind of hang out for most of the week. A couple of days anyway here. Because I could totally see how we'd be kind of flagging out here as, you know, every time frame, all these moving averages start moving up here and start intertwining like they do in that little snake orgy thing. Yeah, we talked about that before. So that might be what's going on here. It's a good area to do it. We flip this area. It's a big deal to get to 50,000 to down on Bitcoinio. Huge deal. And it took forever, or in a day. I think I'm thinking about total 3s, inverted head and shoulders, but measure move got us right up there. And then we went on beyond 48.7. Yeah, we could see that. If we do, don't freak out, man. It's cool. Maybe you can find a plan to make money on the way down to it. What I'm trying to do. Probably need to take a look at our indices to get a feel for what's going on. Gets this one set back to Bitcoin dominance. Where are you? Right there. Bitcoin dominance went back up to our trend line. I know it's crazy, but it bounced right off of that line I drew. And then that how did you know, Rhoda? And it's been cut through over here. How did you know? It's a bigger trend line. That's all I can tell you. Trend lines matter, baby. Trend lines matter. Here was the support and stuff. We know it went crazy over here. We're just finding the spot where it ought to straighten itself back up. It got rejected there, and it's just awesome when you can show how magical trend lines can be. Because if I told you that, you wouldn't believe me. You'd have to see it play out, and there it is. And when you draw them on your own charts, like you should be doing, you can experience this yourself and go, oh God, it's right. I have the power. You do have the power. You have the power to transform your life right now if you're in crypto. Because baby, if you got your bags packed, we're almost ready to go into autopilot and just sit back and just watch Numba Go Up. It's looking good. Total 3's looking good here. Now let's zoom out. Let's take a look at a good old total 3. This represents my altcoins and your altcoins and all of our altcoins. I want to see what it looks like on a bigger time frame as we start moving back up to reclaim these areas up to 532 billion. We're 518 billion now. Remember us talking about we're offering to stay above 505 billion. It looks like there's a possibility maybe another 10 billion can come in. I know it don't seem like that until that one day when it's there, like now. Same thing as 532 billion. Number going up. Are you on the ride? Did you pack your bags? Shout out to everybody here in the chat, man. Let's come over and say hi. We got Strega in the house. I needed another phrase besides in the house. Strega is here. I don't know that. And all the cool kids said Strega. What's up, Strega? We got Mike. And my chat thing quit working and scrolling down. Mike says, most crypto exchanges sell order info like Robinhood. So yeah, y'all having a conversation. So if you can't hold y'all crypto off of them, I paraphrased. I guess if you own $100 worth and it costs $50 on fees, it's not worth it. Oh man, that sounds like Coinbase. Oh my gosh, Mike upgraded membership to backseat driver. Now I gotta do something special. I've been wondering what I can do special for memberships. I want, actually, you know how there's beginner courses and things like that. I thought, well, if somebody really needed help, maybe I'd like to have a level up there where somebody could subscribe to I'd like a weekly or maybe twice a week little, I don't know, just one-on-one kind of, hey, as a group, I don't know. Just throwing some ideas out there. I need to add some value there, though. Mike says, do you think Bitcoin dominance will be different this bull run versus the last two? We're already so close to the 35 to 40%. Most alts seem likely to fail. Well, the thing about Bitcoin dominance is as more and more altcoins come into crypto, it kind of declines anyway. So what we would consider a top in 2017 was different in 2021 and no doubt be different in 2024 too, in 2025, in my personal opinion. Not total too. I need Bitcoin dominance. But if you're trading crypto, you got to have this chart in your life, man. It seems crazy. Now the chart says, chart's saying some crazy stuff, really. It is. You have to ask yourself something. I mean, Bitcoin dominance was here back in 2014. This is when I was in, and you had a few stragglers. They were copies of Bitcoin, right? Altcoins didn't really hit until Ethereum came into the picture, and when we had all the ERC20s, which started dragging a lot of the liquidity out of the market into Ethereum, hence it taking off. And then we got Ethereum copies and other ones that took off. Cosmos ecosystem, all these other ecosystems pulling us all down here, man, as they kind of formulate, right? Taking all the excitement away from Bitcoin, and we got as low as 35%. That meant 35% of the market in crypto was mostly in altcoins at that point, which was from the perfect time to jump out. But up here in what is it, September 2019, we hit 73, and December 2020 we hit 73. If I was looking at the chart, I would expect us to come back and hit these areas again, and that's kind of wild, because then you got to ask yourself, what's going on in this market to make Bitcoin with as many altcoins as we got out there now? Because there are tons. What is it that's making Bitcoin steal all the money from everything? Those are some interesting questions to ask. Because some people are of the effect, you know, we're being conservative. We're looking for maybe it will just come up to around the 60% mark and retrace because of all that stuff, right? We're looking at, well, with all this, it probably can't reach up there. But what if it does? What's the narrative then? That means that there is definitely a lot more security in Bitcoin. Maybe something happens with the altcoins. I don't know. It could be regulation, something to cause them to have to take a little bit of a backseat at some point in the market. Just some interesting scenarios to point out. But right now, we are looking for Bitcoin dominance to kind of round out a little bit. It looks like it's getting really excited now. And on the bigger thing, look, man, we got a golden cross here for Bitcoin dominance. Take that for what you will, but that usually means, hey, maybe there's about to be a big trend change. So what if we do go 70-80% back into Bitcoin? That's going to mess up altcoins, let me tell you. That will. That's why I think it's very important to have at least 50% in Bitcoin in your portfolio right now, just for such a scenario. Because let's face the facts, there are good altcoin projects out there, but a lot of them are nothing but fluff. Smoke and mirrors, vaporware. Some of them are good, and even the ones that are good, really, if you think about it, for their use case, compare that to a stock on a company that actually has a bunch of real estate and offices and lots of assets out there, physical, tangible stuff. That little computer program circulating representing coin seems like, do you know, truly maybe it's overvalued? I'm just shooting real. I'm being real. If you want to be real, I'm not trying to insult you. Doesn't mean we can't make life-changing money with this market. People have been doing it. We're doing it again. Wash, rinse, repeat. But to me, I think there's a sign of something like that is worth looking at. The charts kind of convey it. They kind of tell you, because we're right here in an area. If we don't see Bitcoin dominance start dropping and going down, altcoins are going to hurt a lot compared to Bitcoin. Or at least you'll look back and say, all that money I put in altcoins, if I just put it into Bitcoin, even though like a year later, I would be so much better off. And I've seen that personally. It doesn't seem like it, and it goes against logic sometimes, but if there's any cycle where Bitcoin is really going to just rear its bullish head and make its mark in the world, it's going to be this one. So I would compare it to back when it started, man, when Bitcoin got its first start way back in the day, which seems like nothing now. Seems like nothing now. But we went from nothing up to $1,200, and that was quite the first run there of 18,000%. Joe Doc, are you saying we're going to do 18,000%? You moon opium smoking moon boy. No. But I'm saying it's going to put a dent on Bitcoin dominance with all the institutional FOMO that will be coming in as we start tackling this $50,000 area on Bitcoin. They FOMO. I didn't think that they did. I really did. I thought they were the smart buyers. And the retail, you're the dumb money. No, they FOMO'd like crazy back here. The ones that could get in and could be in the VCs and stuff like that. And some of the institutions that had access and had the balls to go do it. When Michael Saylor announced it, oh, really? And when Tesla, that was the icing on the cake. And Elon? When Elon speaks, everybody listens. And then up here somewhere, we started hating on Elon because he said something about Bitcoin energy and all that stuff. And we love him, we hate him. He's one of us, people. I think he's one of us. He's for freedom. I likes him. He's for free speech. I likes him. He bought us free speech because our governments couldn't provide it on their own. What does that tell you, people? What does that tell you? All right, Bitcoin. Is she going to drop? She's got a good chance to drop. She lost at 9 on the 1 hour. Is it all over for Bitcoin? Is all the fun and games over? Listen, I got a little bit of a short going in, but this is not the smartest. It's not the smartest play to short. It's more riskier to short because the market's going against us. You want to go with the flow of the market, and we're in a full on. I hate to break a bear's heart, man, but gosh darn it, we're in the bull run now. It's pretty much dang official. We're above the 618 Fibonacci. We're here. And I hope you got your bags packed because they're getting ready to take off. Haven says, I can't afford FOMO. Well, there will be ups and there will be downs. And the best thing you can do is position yourself when we're going crazy in the markets and when you tell your best friend how well that you're doing and you can't wait to brag about it, that's when you need to start looking about taking some profits. I think Trading Wisdom, this is a guy by Big Chad, he even talks about that. Sometimes you just need to hear other people spin on the market and talking and hear what they say and the little things that they picked up and little lessons they had to learn because we all got our butts slapped learning them. And that's a big one. But it is not uncommon to have big 30% pullbacks in Bitcoin, which yields in like 40% pullbacks in altcoins as we go up. Something trips the market up. Some bad news scares everybody, especially now that we got, the bigger guys in. I'm telling you, they shocked me over here when Bitcoin was going up last cycle. They got paper hands, people. They follow the news. If something bad comes out about Solana, you can bet your butt they're going to drop their Solana like that. So the more access they get to trading and things like that, oh gosh, they're just going to go mess everything up. But we're going to be well positioned, so we're good. As some handoff the blockchain that we're in on some of these projects come more and more centralized, and we kind of hand them off to these people, we're going to profit on the way because we got in early. All right, let's take a look at some altcoins. GLQ, we looked at that back September 2nd. How you GraphLink? Oh yeah, oh snap. That was one I think I put on my post-it note. I remember liking this one. So it's on what are you doing? GraphLink. I'm just kicking myself, that's all. And you're on MexC now. And I'm sure that I did not. I've been sitting there. What was that coin that I was supposed to? Welcome to my world, squirrel brain. Did I get you or not? Did I remember to put an order in to get you? I have 0 GraphLink. That's just wrong. So here we're on the 5-day chart, man. This one, I have to put this one back on my radar. And now we're out there, right? I think this one's worth taking a minute to look at. I just remember it impressing me so much that I really wanted to get in, and I didn't. It's still at $11 million market cap. That's tiny. Still good. Okay, cool. Maximum supply is, well, right under 500 million. Circulating supply is 340 million. So a majority of that. Nice double bottom birdie. Did he say that out loud? GraphLink. I went to CoinGecko. They didn't give me the summary here. Web3 automation for dApps, the no-code blockchain. So it's a layer 1. Allowing you to create powerful crypto tools for a fraction of the penny and execute your graph. Automate actions like creating trade orders, sending email, creating a token or NFT, alerting over social media or mobile, and much more based on the events triggered in the blockchain. So interesting little interesting project. Do your own due diligence, all that, because I'm not pushing anything. I just remembered I was thinking, yeah, we need that. That could be a good one. She's still tiny. And I should have been down, well, it was February when I was looking at it, so 22 cents, somewhere through that area is probably where I would have got it. Analyze this little baby, top to bottom here. There was our accumulation leaving area, we can say that. I'm comfortable saying that. Double bottom right up here, which gives us a measure move. That little green line right there is the knuckle line right here. No need to draw it. I can though, if I must. Which brings us up to this 786 Fibonacci level. Is this respecting the Fibs? You must respect the Fibs. Thereabouts, about 49 cents. It's where she wants to go from 33 cents. And I'm saying, gosh darn it. I'm on the 5-day chart. Now we can come down and see what we're working with. We know where we're headed. We know where we want to go. We know the signs. And we know she's getting ready to blast off here. And really the only thing that we can do, well, with two things we can do. She came up and made this high right here. And we marked that. Oh, not with that line though. I want to go, is that Alt J? Alt J makes just a little ray, I guess is. So the rule of the game is she comes up here, bounces off that, flips it, and heads to the upside. Well, that's a good time to come in. Your most conservative trader will wait till you made a higher high from here even before they say, all right, Fair game. It looks like we're going to go into some more higher territory here. I'm all for you. I'll take that trade. And it lets them put a very tight stop loss. So that's one idea that you can look at for a situation such as what we're in here, when you feel like, well, that's not the toppy top. Well, it could be. It could be. That's why you want to see, it lets you set a tight stop loss when you're looking for that scenario, because you're looking for a breakout. And if it comes back in this area, past a certain line, say past these candle tops right here, bodies especially, all different areas that could invalidate that. Basically breaking back in past this line is a good sign that's invalidated. But we could just be bouncing off there and coming back in an M pattern. Yeah, that's possible too. We have some alternatives in that situation. It involves this trend line and also this support resistance area, but hey, we're getting there. We're figuring out our options. We're figuring out a trade here. Possibility. Whether or not you want this one, you'll come into this situation somewhere in your lifetime and you're like, what should I do here? Well, here's your options. We can go for a long position after we get confirmation. Where are you going? You got to know. We had a target right up here at 48 cents. Is that the only place you're going to go? Well, are you doing a trade, or are you trying to get in this long term, baby? DCA at this point in the market, you trying to get in long term. Right now, we're trying to get up here to this target. Now, if you want to take all your profit, that's up to you. Right now, we got to see if that's going to be worth it. Where can we put a stop loss? You have to have a tight one to make this one worth it. So if you put the stop loss back to the wikis, right over here, what was that, 32 cents? And if you're patient enough to wait for it to come up here and do this little move, and you jump in at 35 cents, you will have almost a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which is not bad. That'll give you a 35% gain on that move to the upside. Well, that doesn't sound very exciting. Well, I mean, it's what you're working with. Maybe something different on your chart, just how it works out on this one. Not the greatest trade. It's really not. It's not, but you're in. And a lot of people, especially if we're going into price discovery, which I think, yeah, we are on this one. That's why people would be more willing to take this trade, because right now, sky's the limit. She may not stop at 48. She may not stop until $5. You know, she's going to keep going up until that one day that she doesn't. And all you got is an old trend line, some fibs, some moving averages, and blank paper. And you're like, where is she going to go? Well, do remember that price does travel on the channel, and here we can take an educated guess, just like the science people. We copy that angle from that trend line, put it right on top, and I know you need 2 touches. We have to wait and see if we get our second touch. Highly likely that we might do that, because price will respect this angle. I can't explain why. Price travels in channels. It just does. 44 cents might be on the way. Looking like we might get 49. But this one could go a lot bigger, considering what we just did. How much bigger? I think we already got, yeah, we did. We already took that. This one could turn into something being a new layer 1. I don't know. You have to study that. The other option is that, you know, we might get rejected up there and come back down. If we do, we'll be touching this trend line again, somewhere around 2.6 cents. Do you remember where we came from, so that you can know where we may return? Could come, if we get rejected here or even at the top, could come back and test this trend line. I would be looking for 44 cents to 48 cents on that one. Just a blabbing. Let's move on to another altcoin. Haven says QRDO. QRDO. Well, let's go there. Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't say QRDO. You didn't go there. I went there. That's how it says. QRDO. We just, oh, look, double bottom. Waiting for that comment. No remark. You disappointed me. So nice possible double bottom scenario here. Let's zoom out on QRDO. So you're looking for that altcoin that just has hasn't pumped yet. Well, this could be one of them. Let's see what it is. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I've seen this one. I'm a little bit familiar with it. And I think we charted it before, I thought. This one's a small cap, 22 million. If what it looks like, I mean, it's at a good point to buy. I can tell that by the market cap and where we are at this phase in the market. It's probably worth looking at if it is worth looking at. We'll see. I don't know anything about it. But by that alone says, there might be something here. We got 2 billion. Maximum supply, 1.4 billion total supply. Circulating supply is a little bit less than that, 650 million. So, don't know. Not bad though. Not too bad. I mean, you're somewhere 30-40%, something like that. All right, so CoinMarketCap should tell us what this does. It's on a lot of exchanges there, MexC being one of them. Link's in the description below. Is it on Coin CEX? I had an account there at one time. So about QRDO. QRDO Network. QRDO is re-architecting digital assets, ownerships, and blockchain connectivity, a radical new approach to bring liquidity and capital efficiently to the blockchain economy. That's a lot of nerds financial speak. QRDO has pioneered the first decentralized trustless multi-party computation, MPC, custodial network. This advancement enables QRDO to offer decentralized custody, native cross-chain swaps, and cross-platform liquidity access. QRDO works with the cutting edge of cybersecurity and blockchain by utilizing the latest innovations in cryptography and distributed ledger technology. QRDO delivers a powerful global network for securing and trading digital assets. Anthony Foy is the CEO, is digital veteran. All right, so let's see the website. It all depends on if they have a cool website. Is this a cool website? If you had dancing girls, it would. No, that's a joke. It's a crypto joke. You should always look at more than just the website, but it is cool if they have a cool one. And it's a bad sign if it's not cool. Your cryptos are okay. Is this going to make you a millionaire? Take a look at that one. Come to your own solutions. Ava Labs is in that? I've heard of Ava Labs. I'm trying to find something that's going to just say, It looks cool. It looks like it's got promise. But, you know, as always, do your due diligence. I just want to go by the charts and look for something. Right now, we're still making, you know, until this point, it was higher highs and higher lows. Now we got a chance to redeem ourselves. We also had that chance back here, too. So don't forget that. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods. Looking a little bit more promising. We're on the weekly chart. My official reaction for something like this is until you get above the weekly 9 moving average. She can still keep on going down, even though she looks like she's ready to bounce. Now, if you got the mock thing, you want to jump out there and do it, man. You got some bigger cojones, you want to do it. Go ahead and do it, man. You can do it. And you may win this. You may make me look like a fool, you know? Not really, because I'm just being a little conservative because, you know, I look foolish compared to you. Yeah, because you look like the god, the legend, man, and you deserve that title because you put your balls on the line, man. You could have been chop. You could be talking like this. Yeah, we'd be calling you Mrs. right now. But so I respect that, man. You put them out there. I'm talking hypothetically. I don't know that I'm talking to anyone in particular. But there's possibility for the 9 to cross bearishly over that and push us more to the downside. It could happen. Not saying that it will. We could be double bottoming out. This could be just the perfect time to nail it. I just had that feeling, man. It told me. I looked at the chart and it spoke to me. Maybe so. But still, where we are at 3.33 cents and where you could just confirm it at 0.46 cents, You know what? A few pennies between friends when you really think about it. You want to get in at 3 cents, and I say maybe you should wait till you're a little closer to 5 cents. I know it sounds crazy. I know, like maybe 4.6 cents, and I know it sounds like, but Road Dog, you're telling me to pay double? You expect me to pay double for it? That makes no sense. Why would I pay a double? What you get out of this? What you getting something out of this? Why you want me to pay double? You making something on the side, Road Dog? No. It's not like that. Not like that, baby. It's just that once you confirm that we're going to go up, we get out this idea that we keep going to go down. And then when you get in at 4 cents, what does it matter? When we come up to like 25 cents, is it going to really matter if you got in at 3.3 and I got in at 4.6? Because we're all eating bread together. We all happy. We all rejoicing when we up here at 25, 30 cents. You see what I'm saying? The only deal is, and I hate to forecast this into the future, but you had to write it down here for a little while, baby. I just waited till it came back up and confirmed. So I'm sorry for all that emotion and pain that you had to go through, but I just kind of caught the ride and surfed it on up, baby. That's just all I did. No, Doc, you be talking crazy. Haven's gifted memberships again, and Jorge Satoshi. Hey, congratulations, Jorge. Oh, we got a question over here. CTX again. Okay, we'll take a look at that. And you're talking about moving. And also, how much do you weigh trading volume velocity to your choices? If you see like a 2% daily increase for, you can look at it that way. I'm sure I don't pay attention to that. You could definitely do that, especially if you're trying to train an algorithm or program a bot. You do probably want to look at it in those terms. But for general, no, man, we're a cheat sheet. And it's basically this easy. Like, for example, here, man, you got falling volume, but you got rising price. That means they're pushing this price down. Somebody is selling here. Somebody somehow, I can't imagine them saying, oh, that's it. I'm just going to sell out of everything. It might be. In that case, maybe it'll bounce here, but it could be somebody has somehow made some profit on this little move. So, ha, suckers. Buy this. Buy my QRDO now. Selling, because there's a lot of sell pressure there, man. There's a lot of buys and a lot of sales. But anyway, my point is, price coming down and volume coming up, and I'm assuming that we're kind of talking about this velocity and stuff. I'm not worried about measuring it for a percent per day or anything. As long as this graph is saying that that's coming up and this is coming down, that means this is strong sell pressure, baby. Yeah. Now the other way, if you got price going to the upside and volume going to the upside, well, you got everybody back in that move. That's more likely to keep going on up. So we want to see that. We don't want to see that divergence in price and volume. And also another warning sign is if price is going up, but that volume is coming to the downside. That means this move is getting tired and you're getting ready to pull back or reverse or something. Something is getting ready to go down. It's going to follow wherever volume's going. It's going to go down. So volume is a key indicator. And if I only had one indicator, if I could only have one, I would want volume. If I could have more, I would want stochastics RSI. And then probably, I would say the regular RSI is the next one I would have. And then stochastics RSI probably. Sam says juicy bottoms. Juicy bottoms. Pay the bills, is what I've been told. VR, that was another one we take a look at here. I'm not in this one. It's Victoria VR. We've looked at it a few times though. Here it is on KuCoin. Here it is overall. It was 62 cents before. Nice big flat accumulation bear market. This is what your altcoins do after they reach a top and get caught up in the bear market. Huh. Well, I'm on the weekly chart here and it looks kind of noisy for what we got. So we looked at it before, basically talking about it being in this pattern, which, I don't know, it seems like it. And Impossible to hit that trend line until that one day. Well, here's that one day, because it blasted through all the targets that we had over here and stuff, and all whatever. Anything that was going on over here around the bottom of this trend line, she took off. She's trying to break through it. She continues up. Oh my gosh, she might, technically she just should go crazy. Means revisit this area at 7.5 cents and probably up to 11 cents there. Could. They can go crazy. I mean, it shouldn't be doing what it's doing. It should be coming back down here, but she's not. So if she keeps doing what she's doing and going up, well, she may be doing something big. What say you, Elliot? Elliot says, nah, she's gonna tank down here to 3.5 cents. Okay. Well, the way that you count, yeah, I can see that. You count weird, Elliot. You count weird, man. I'm just saying, sometimes you count weird. For me, I would be looking at drawing a line in the sand trend line. Come by the almost trend line, I'm out. Breaks below that 50 moving average, breaks that trend line. That's about 4.3 cents, and we're sitting here at 5.2 cents. Doesn't sound like much, but you know, that's your bag dropping like 18%, so it really is. You could go tighter, but it already broke that trend line. Or has it? Well, no, you can go from there to wick. But she could just come down here and bounce, go straight on up to the sky. So a VR is definitely getting some pumpy pumps. She's getting hot right now. Nice bowl shape. Rounded bottoms pay the bill. But they also get a pullback, man, and I'm trying to find a good area for it. You would just have to pull for accumulation. All I can say is now's not the time to buy. Let's move on, shall we? We looked at DCR. That's one of my dark horse plays right here. See how she's doing. Are you still around $16? All right, I know. And you lost that trend line playing with all this stuff. You didn't even have the common decency to really get into my buy zone. DCR, really? You just want to skim off the top? I mean, at least you know, walked onto the porch anyway. You hit me at $13, but gosh, man. Come on now. I'm still waiting on this one. I know it seems like it won't get there until that one day you wake up and it's $200 again, and that's the only thing I'm waiting on this one. Maybe she will, maybe she won't, but I'm playing her like she's going to. Tectum emission token. How's the you looking? We talked about the possibility of setting up a trade, putting your stops below all these little wikis over here, because it keeps stopping it like a bulletproof vest, like Superman's chest. It just can't seem to get below 25. It's like a good stop loss. Let's move you over to the side here, because she's on her way up to $45 is what I got. I know it sounds crazy until that one day that, holy crap, and it's 59% more from where it currently is, reaching that target of about 52% gains. That's the daily chart looking there. We'll check the 4 hour just to take her temperature, see how she's feeling today. You feel under the weather, honey? You're under the 200. You all right? You need some chicken soup or anything? Yeah, I see that 100 egging over there. You know, sometimes makes you use more toilet paper, don't it? I know, but just hang in there, baby. Drink your fluids. You're doing good. Levels starting to come up. All right. She's a little bit under the weather. She'll be all right, though. It's about over, man. That yeast infection's about through, and things will be back to normal there. Bacon bread. Going over to TAO. This is Bittensor. I'm doing something very freaky right here. If she pulls it off, man. Oh, I will be. Pull out all the stops, baby. Have to celebrate that. I'm looking for a retest right here at this trend line as the 50 moving average moves right up there too. Two good little signs that bounce should bounce. Great little time. One last little place to sink your teeth into TAO Bittensor. And I know it says, but Road Dog is $512. Yeah, I know it was $50, man, when I was putting videos out and talking about it and stuff. Remember that? And then, you know, she went crazy, and sooner than I expected, I was pleasantly surprised. And she pretty much established herself as being a solid project. A lot of people started looking into this. Found out you could stake this little guy. I got mine staking. But if she retests this trend line, and I'm zoomed out to the daily, we were on the 4 hours, the 50 moving average on the 4 hours, the 9 moving average on the daily, at that same spot there. Mathematical confluence. As you could say, there. If you do your math, it might make more sense. Never mind. Don't do math. Math hurts your head. $512 is what I get, and I'm looking for $765 as the next target, and that's just the measure move for this channel that we're bullishly breaking out of. And remember, this could be a very strong move and maybe go up above that because it's going against the rules right now. It's doing what it shouldn't, and when they don't, they run like crazy. They run hard. They're trying to get away. Catch me if you can, Copper. I'm gone. And you're not going to do it, baby. It's like, oh, brother, where art thou? They're out there with their chains. Free at last, free at last. And they're running up there. They're going to try to get that $1,000. Might make it. I don't know. This is just a tree line right here. You get past $765. Oh, man. You're going deep in the woods. Them coonhounds ain't ever going to find her. TAO Bittensor. I liked it. Satoshi VM, man. I'm in it, so I gotta see what the heck's going on with it. But it had its share of flack, and I don't know. Maybe if she's a solid project, she'll recover. If there's nothing to it, then it will be exposed, and I'll say, chalk this one up for the be whatever it might be. I hope you're legit. But watching this one carefully, she is making higher highs and higher lows, making a little bit of a comeback. There is testnet. I mean, it's still interesting project you can get into, supposedly, without buying the coin, just doing testnet, and there should be an airdrop. They say they're going to do it, and that's the whole thing. I just thought, well, I'll front run the airdrop, and since it's trading some, I'll just go ahead and start nibbling. Some whale decided, screw this project, man. I'm taking my money. Screw you guys. And he has every right to do that. You know that risk going into it might be what happens when a new coin comes out. Didn't think the bastard had so many dang coins up. For real. Really? You had to sell them all? Couldn't save half of them? Really? I hope this one takes off, and I hope you say, oh, darn, if I had held on to that and it reached $100, I could have made more than 12 million. I could have made 12 billion. Hey, whale. Excuse me, folks. That's my emotions talking. They do have to vent themselves. You do need to let them have a little say-so. Just don't let them get involved with your decisions. Let's move on. INJ Injective Protocol over here on Binance. Oh, I like what I'm seeing here on the 4 hours. Starting to regain that 400 moving average. 9's getting ready to cross it. Other moving averages still got some work to do. I mean, it's not really bullish until they cross over, but we're headed in all the right directions. And when the 50 crosses the 200, we should get something a little bit more formidable. But when we zoom out, which is what we should always do, is zoom out, because it tells us where we are. That's been there for all. That is for a pattern that we are still in on a it's going to take it a long time, people. Well, not maybe. Look like we're getting a partial decline here in a right angle broadening pattern. This could be an educational moment if you would like. We won't spend too much time on it, but we'll show it over here because we looked at broadening patterns last night, I believe. So I know I can go right to it. Broadening patterns over here on patternsite.com. We're looking for the one that says right angle. It's crazy. Right angled, and was it ascending or descending? It was right angle at the top, so she was a descending. Descending one right here.
Yeah, that's it. That's the little booger. That's the one I saw do it. Put him in cuffs. That's the booger. Yeah, grab him.
Straight line on top. Bottom line was trying to go to the bottom. this little guy can break upward 64% of the time. It's amazing. 64% chance when you see this little pattern that's just gonna go up 6.4 times out of 10. It's gonna break to the upside. Not only that, she's got a measure move that we can take for that whole line right there, man. Put it on top, and then that's where she got a chance to go. But you know what? There's a little something special about that measure move. If you multiply it by this little multiplier here for an up breakout, 65%. I know you get lots of numbers. You get confused. I show you. It means that, say, hey man, you take the measure move, it goes up this far, but really, as a percentage of it, it might only make 65% of that move. So we just move it down a little bit. We say, I show you right here. Look at this. Over here. Look here. Now, one of the cool things about this is that's here. Right here. That price comes down right here. Comes down here. Guy gets hung up, right? Starts going back up. Come back down. Can't get past it. Tries to step on it. So push it down. Can't do it. No, sir. Can't do it. Come back up. Come right back down. Try it one more time. We call that a partial decline. That means I come here. I can't get past the metal. I can't get back to the. They won't let me in. I don't have a fake ID. The bouncer will not let me in that door. So I got to go the other way now. Partial decline right there is the preliminary step to, hey man, we're getting ready to go up and probably try to break out of this little guy. They're trying to make a jailbreak. And it's got a 64% chance once it gets up here to keep going to the upside. And that's not our measure move. Showed you to take a measure move. We'll come back to the smaller time frame, so it looks like it makes a little bit more sense. Partial decline, W pattern right here, bounced off of 3150. What did he say to do? He said to take the measure move from A all the way down to B. Let's go back and look at it. Don't take my word for it. He says to take that whole channel, compute the height from the horizontal trend line B and the measured move figure to the right to the lowest valley A, the lowest valley, so we can include that little wick. I know. And here's our valley, so thereabouts. I'm not counting out that wick. I'm taking this, I'm going to put it right on top where it breaks out, and when it does break out, I'm going to fine tune it, and that measure move takes me to the full potential of $59.18. I'll fine tune you and put you up here. Because I'm that crazy. You didn't see it coming, did you? You said, ain't no way he's going to do it. He's faking us out. He ain't really going to move that line. I tricked you. Sorry. I'm slick that way. But I said there was a multiplier you put, right? Well, let's see how it plays out. Mr. Bukowski, you really know what you're talking about, Mr. Bukowski? I would never talk to the man that way because I totally respect Mr. Bukowski. But playing devil's advocate, we're going to take this little thing down to just a little percentage. He said it goes about what? How many? How many did he say? We know it breaks to the upside 64% of the time, but we're looking for that percentage meeting price target, 65. Well, that's right amounts here between our 618 and our 786, because 60, 70, right there's in the middle, sisters. There's about. All right, so we're kind of looking right up here about this area, $55.30 for a Bukowski measured move target. For a breakout, meaning that Mr. Bukowski himself has just officially said that INJ is going to $55.30. And if he's wrong, I think we should just all dogpile him and tell him to get out of the business. Who's with me? Thomas Bukowski, man, he is the GOAT. Hope this has been a little educational. We'll start moving quickly now. Even if his target did not meet it perfectly, man, you can't get them right all the time. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised because most of the time that crap works out like clockwork. Just you wait and see. Hey man, you don't talk about my mentor that way. Thomas Bukowski, he is the GOAT, man. Lots of people looking to polkadot, man, for life-changing money. Is that going to happen? I'm looking to you for life-changing money, polkadot, and I've not really been all that impressed with you. I'm kind of like, life is changing, but it ain't going in the good way. How you helping out? Polkadot's sitting at $7.34, which is much better than $4 or $3.64, which it was. So if you're a brave soul that got in there, hey man, at least you congratulations, at least you 2x. Hope you took some profit around $9.61. She's got a good chance to go up. Do I have this measure moves over here? Did we not do it? She's getting ready to break out of accumulations, so she's got some hope, and there's a good chance for her to recover once she gets past about $10. She quickly up to around $15 to $17 in that area, right through there. Got some what to do though. I don't think we've actually done our. Well, here we go for Dot over on Binance. Swing high to swing low. Tell us where price is going to go. She's saying she's still in the accumulation zone right here beneath it, right here, the 236. Best accumulation marker that I can tell you to help you through that zone, meaning that she's got to get above $8.31, $8.40. Hold that. She got up above it, couldn't hold it. Good chance she might be trying to hold it this time as before we start working up to about $16. Remember that time? Well, we just looked over here and said that it could be easy move up there over here. I'm just doing fibs, people. It's crazy how these fibs work. They can see in the future. He was the kid in class with the freaky eyes that would set fires. That's who Mr. Fibonacci is. What are we listening to today? $16, $19. Me likes it. I know it seems crazy right now because she has been just a $5 bill for the last 2 years, but she's getting ready to bump up to a $20 bill. Something else has got to take over that $5 mark. Probably Cardano. Or is that too high? Do we still have $2 bills? Maybe that. Tenzin says, can you check MANTA? Oh, that's a good one. I was trying to get an airdrop out of that, and I think I got played. I think I got it too late. Or forgot to hit a button. I don't know, man. But I'm still trying to get whatever's coming out next because I'm playing with that ecosystem. I need to check on it. MANTA on Binance. How long you been there, baby? Well, overall, you're on the daily with MANTA. You got falling price, and you also got falling volume. And like we talked about earlier, that's actually a good sign. That means that all that sell pressure is starting to light up, man. And so prices start to bounce. So that this area here seems to be a nice bottom area that it wants to hold around $2.60, somewhere through there. Maybe a little lower, $2.50 maybe. Seems to be holding good. On the daily, price has regained its 9 moving average. That's the first step toward recovery right there. 12-step program. You made that first step. Hey, keep on going, baby. I'll give you a chip. You get past that 21, you'll get a chip. Hopefully this doesn't offend anyone. It's not intended to. Come down to smaller time frames here, so this makes a little bit more sense. You can see it with a little bit more noise in here. So I got support resistance flip on this horizontal line here. It seems to be holding. Puts us in a channel that we may be breaking out of very soon, which now we're taking a measured move, right? What we said about where it breaks out, well, we got to extend this little guy. We have to update our chart. I know it sounds crazy. Why is he always changing things? Because you have to update it, man. It didn't break out up here. It didn't. But when it does break out, that measured move is still hot. So we're going to guesstimate, and that just kind of puts us down here a little bit. You're changing targets. You got to. I mean, you still got a very good chance coming to 389, 390. It's a top, and it's got to get there to go any higher. Retest that high, right? Got to. So keep that if you want. But she's just making her partial decline here, I guess you would say. No, not really. Bouncing off the channel. She didn't make a partial decline here. Flipping areas. She's stair stepping. She's finding solid ground to step on to take a higher step. And when she breaks above this trend line here, and she's ready to start moving higher, 371. And if I could should go, road dog. Let's do it the easy way, man. I won't even pull out the fibs. Fibs confuse me. Well, do this. I don't recommend going crazy all the way back here. Just come back, take the measure move for the bulk of this move here where we started seeing progress. Now for this one, I mean, you'd be inclined to want to do it here, but for what I'm doing, I want you to put it right back here on the bottom. So I won't have to pull out my fib for you. I'm just saying. You don't know where, it's not a breakout play. It's a fib play. Mark that little guy, and that's $4.50. And by golly, I'm going with it. Now, how's that sound from being a 284 to go to 450? 56% gains on that. All right, man, I likes it. We just need some more volume come in here and then make that move. Now, some people might take this and they'll do this as a flag. And, you know, that target can be viable too on a different aspect, a different, what would you say, a wave, a different echo, a different... but this one has a high probability of being probably the best one, in my personal opinion. Or a strong one. Striker, wow, the sad face, baby. Media thoughts a few nights after the posted. Take a look at media. What's it doing? I'm curious about that one. Got a little nibble of it. It's already been over on Coinbase. Oh, media. Yeah, she's going to have trouble getting over this trend line. That was a no-no for her to break it, but if she can overcome it and get back above it, she's going to be doing something awesome. But just because the rest of them are recovering, it doesn't mean she's necessarily going to do it. We want to see that. Ooh, look at it. Lays just right on top of that candle right there and right below these. Perfect. But this is a hiccup. This is why she keeps getting rejected there. She didn't break through it a few days ago. That's a cool sign. Went up to $24. So we got this. Let's keep this one in mind. We're going to make it a secondary trend line. Let's dot her up because now we got a secondary bottom here, and we can't neglect it because we only see this because we were following that. Now if we're just coming fresh to this is what we're going to draw. Things are changing, but this trend line still has some weight, and getting above it will still be a big deal. But right now we're identifying our channel. She's telling us more about what she is, what she's doing, what she's thinking. I need to get rid of some white lines over here. White lines don't do it. And I've got this candle wick here and a candle body here and a candle wick there. 2 touches make a valid line, so I'll count that. I'll go with that. Identifying our channel. It's not the end of it. We know she can come up here too sometimes. Keep that on the back burner. But that kind of confirms that we should be coming back up here. What gets wicked often gets candlestick. Trying to make it back up to $25. As long as she's above the 9 moving average, I'm saying cool. Moving averages look beautiful for more upside. My personal opinion, we've just bounced off of here. We're making kind of a double bottom scenario. Remember, this is a channel. She does break to the upside. Your traditional measure move from wherever that breaks out could take you up here to this, what seems to be confluence at this 6382 fib, sorry, about $35. And that's pretty awesomely, yeah, I see that. I can rock with that. I can see that playing. Yeah. We got 2 areas of confluence, so it's a little bit more likely that could be what we're seeing, double bottom scenario. And eventually she's added up to 53, so media just taking some freaking time. Time. Hey, we got Joe in the house, Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Joe's got some new videos out, man. Joe says, love watching your too. Hey, I appreciate that, Joe. Sometimes I think that's a little over the top, a little bit crazy. Striga says that they pulled back on. Sorry, I started reading two texts at the same time there. Pull back on OP is nice. Mike says, we'll look at OP. 1.615 and 8. Okay. 1615 and 18.5 or so is Fib retracement. Sorry, I missed that one, Mike. I'm not sure what chart that we were on there. Unless you were looking over here somewhere. I dump the Fibs on this little guy or something. Looks like you're in the same area. Yeah, about 16. Yeah, okay. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, good deal. So you pull swing high to swing low for this move, and it'll tell you where you should find some resistance. For that 1 week was strong, man. You know, that's your anomalies that come out, and be ready. And some coins act that way. I found, you know, if you really get personal with these coins, sometimes they have their own personalities. That sounds crazy, but you know, Wi-Fi has its own personality. The Bitcoin, it's Wi-Fi is the first one that taught me that. But yeah, Fib levels, those are great areas to track. Technically, you might even try the swing low to swing high there to see that it's coming back to test the 618. And that's why it's kind of sticking out here right now before moving up. Fibs are so fun to play with. You're just going tops to bottoms all the way. What else you got? Can we learn anything else with the Fib? I mean, we're fibbing it to death right now. So it says that 21 and 22 look like really good ideas right now. From the latest little possible Fib. Play around with these tools, man. You're just adding tools to your toolbox and you're getting used to them. And there's a standard, you know, it's just a standard way to do it. And I try to show you that, but play around. It's not just limited to that. You can learn a lot by just playing around with some of this stuff and just noticing, back testing. That's when you go back and say, hey, does this idea work in the past? Hey, it worked over here. Or Bitcoin did this at this range 5 times. How many times? It'll probably do the same thing again. Play around. And we're going to look at OP. Squirrel Brain remembered OP. Taking a look at OP real quick. Oh, yeah. I see it's heading back up to this trend line. So 430, and just depending on where it wants to fall on that line. Looking cool. Looking cool. Hey, remember this pattern? You know, we talked about drawing these trend lines, and we cut through the wicks on this one because right here, I mean, that's just what I do. You do whatever you want. Technically, it can go all the way, just fulfill this whole thing. But when it didn't quite do it here, to me, that's a little sign of weakness. So I might just tighten my line up and cut through these lines. I can cut through, I feel comfortable cutting through wicks. I never feel comfortable cutting through a candle body unless I'm trying to identify maybe like this. Identify a trap where they faked everybody out a little bit. See that? That's a trap. I'm cutting through the bodies right through here just to identify that trap. Otherwise, I'm just respecting it. But those little traps tell you a lot, man. If you're really following something tight and you get a trap like that, it usually means a good move to the upside. This was just a little wick. Ended up with a good move. This was the trap. That was a good move, wasn't it? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I like to tighten them up just a little bit, but I think I'm going to work with the wicks here and give me a little chance to move up to about 433. 531 looks good. This pattern has just been, I've seen a lot of this pattern lately when you just zoom out. And if you get past, you know, all the cup and handle talks and things like that and kind of zoom out, it can give you a little bit of a better idea. And if it does break bullishly to the upside, then hell yeah, $7.83. Yeah, I ain't joking. Let's do it. Rock it, OP. Make it happen. DP says how about that CKB, Joe? Hey, CKB. I haven't looked at it lately. I saw you had a video on it. We were following it here on the channel there. a little bit ago and it was looking kind of juicy. What's she doing now? Oh, did she blast off? Oh, did she? Hell yeah, look at that. I lost my buttons again. That's the daily chart. That's the daily chart. I mean, and look at this. Look at this example. Look at this example, man. We're looking at all these bearish patterns. This is a bearish pattern. We're seeing a lot of them. Channels, wedges, rising. I haven't seen as many rising wedges. I've seen more of the broadening patterns, that the bearish megaphones, which are also going to the upside, right? What we just looked at, basically. But when they break to the upside, I mean, we've been taking. Well, it's been going following the channel. Measure move. Your stickler measure move. I mean, it got hit. But it blasted off because that's a strong ass move when they break to the upside like this. Doesn't get a pullback and keep on going, man. This is usually blast off when they break out to the outside of a bearish pattern, man. Strong ass move. I like to, when I see that happening, if I'm trying to take profit or if I'm in a trade, I don't necessarily want to take everything at that measure move when I see that. I want to save a little bit just because they have a lot of gas in their tank when they do that. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakaloo. Look at that. And so now it's what, we're on the 4 hour. We can see what we're working with now. Let's get rid of some of these. Keep that. I could hang on to that, but why? Let's start anew. Let's go pattern trading. Let's see what the patterns say. We got this little trend line here. That's kind of nice and juicy. Kind of like the angle a little bit. It's a little, I got wicks and then it's more solid. I'm kind of cool with that. Extend that little guy out. Press control and click on him, copy him and push him up there. And that's another channel. Remember, we broke out of one channel. That's it here. And now we got a bigger channel and it broke out to the upside. And now that one may have met its measured move. Meaning we may be toppy right now. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just your basic measure moves, tracking that little guy on the 4 hour. And so we got a red line up here, which tells me that that's probably a 236 Fibonacci level that I marked out there in accumulation. We got a double bottom, which is now basically, it's confirming. We would love to see price get up here. Maybe it's 0.0079. Let's throw that up there now. These guys are kind of still valid, but don't need him anymore. There could be a pullback back here to 0.0048 cents. Could happen. If it gets rejected up here, then yeah, that could definitely happen. Our moving averages have crossed. They're looking beautiful over here, but they are still low comparatively to where price is, which kind of puts a little weight. We're at the end of the rope, so to speak. You know, we're like that dog that's at the end of the chain. We're kind of like, let me go more. And it's like, I can't. Hold down, son. I can't run that fast. They can't move. They can't make it up here that fast. So, you know what happens? The dog gets jerked back to like 0.0048, something like that. And after he figures, you know, works through all that whiplash and everything, then maybe he comes back and does a second run and goes. Might be looking at that. The dog might break free and just go crazy. But you got a double bottom, which is a bigger pattern. It's taking us up to 0.011 cents, man. I'm just saying, what if we do come back to that pullback and then we bounce back up and come up here? That's a 135% move. Is that something you want to take? I mean, if that happens, that's a good sign. Or prices comes up here, flags out above this area. There's another possible trade, 65% on that one. A little bit safer trade, set a higher stop loss. I don't know, you can set a pretty tight stop loss here underneath this channel. But we're not there yet. We're just guesstimating, and we don't know. I'm just saying what is and what will never, what is and what. We're just singing Led Zeppelin and hanging out. This is also a good area for it to bounce back to and retest. Might just come back here, bounce. She's just moving. That's what she's doing. She's buying. If you buy now, you're buying the top. And if the price goes down and you thought, oh, well, it's your fault. That's all I'm saying, because you're buying at the top. You put on your Bollinger Bands and if you put on your Bollinger Bands, where are the Bollinger Bands? Use at the top, baby. Use at the top. Not the greatest place to start. Hey, this looks like a great place to get in. Not always. It might, but you're lucky if it is. I'm just saying. General rule is to buy when at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, and I know it looks painful, but that's really where your payoff is, right? If you've been buying the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, you'd be up like 100% mood bag, and this little baby saying, "Nailed it, nailed it." Nailed it with Bollinger Bands on the bigger time frames. Zoom out to the weekly. It would have told you perfectly, man. Zoom out more. Get the best information, especially on the Bollinger Bands. Look at that. Now, if you bought the bottom here, you'd be like, well, okay. You know, in the accumulation, man, you know it's going to take a while. But when she popped, she popped. Bollinger Bands can be your best friends. I don't have them on my charts just because I got so much crap on my chart anyway. It gets away from me sometimes. I draw too many lines. Joe's the one with the pretty charts. Joe's can make some pretty charts. Well, that's my list from last night. I don't need that. Should we talk about MAVIA? We should probably talk about the heroes of MAVIA. But by gosh, she is on par. It was a request on the channel when it was new, and of course, you know, I'm a little skeptical there. I do remember was seeing this triangular thing and making a comment on that I expected it to kind of range out, because a lot of times it happens that way. She ranged for a little bit, and then she decided, hell no, I'm getting bullish, and broke to the upside of this channel, and this just has been riding it ever since then. Seems to be respecting that trend line mostly. What we got here? Are you? Mostly you are. It's deviated a little bit there. Was that a bear trap? Definitely got above it. MAVIA, let's see what we got on this. Take all this crap off. Because we got a low and a high. I got something to work with. Swing low, swing chariot. Yeah. So we're bouncing off this 382 level ish, maybe, kind of, sort of ish. Support resistance area. We're flipping that. That looks pretty solid, man. You don't line up with my fib too well. Maybe I should adjust my fib. Let's see what that does. Sometimes it makes sense, especially when you got limited information. And that kind of. Or sometimes I'll just bullet up to another candle body, go from there, and that seems pretty legit to me, skipping that. I bounce off that, and it's finding support on a 236. This one's got some legs. In my personal opinion, I think Elliot's had his little 5-way ABC, and we're getting ready to actually turn this into a 1-wave and getting ready for the big kahuna 3-wave coming. Well, this is a wave that could be coming. And I'm going to include the wick. Believe it or not, $21? I know it sounds crazy, but gosh darn it, it sounds almost through right. They done that. We go back with the fib that I started out. I want to be consistent here. It did say $21. I just want to throw that out there. This is without taking that wick into consideration in 1923, because I even sound like a moon boy. That's just what it's telling me, man. If this turns into the wave 1 for a much bigger pattern, the wave 3 should come to a 1618, and it could be there, or technically right here, $21, man. Hey man, say you got a problem, you're thinking of with the Fibs, man, and Elliot, because this is what Elliot says. I don't always agree with Elliot, but this is what Elliot kind of talks about all the time. He just keeps talking about it all the time in my ear, and I'm like, Elliot, shut the frick up before I'll smack you in the face, man. You know I do patterns. I'm not big on you, Elliot Wave. I'll look at you every once in a while, but you know, you give me a headache. You talk too much, Elliot. You're too noisy. You're too noisy, Elliot. Well, your charts don't talk to you like mine talk to me. Maybe I've been alone too long. What can you do here for trend lines? You got one. What does that trend line tell you? It tells you in the channel, for definitely sure. Don't ever forget you're in a channel. Channels can tell you a lot about your life and your future and your probabilities of where you might end up in life. That channel is like a Harvard degree, letting you know that you're going to be one of the elite upper class, or a good chance to do that. Get tapped, maybe at Yale for Skull and Bones, you know, and become a leader of our country. Yeah, trend lines matter. Your trajectory matters, tells you where you're going to go. And if you go to Yale, you may be the devil. $11. 12 cents there. That's a little bit more realistic for what we're working with here, darling, is that's this area. The other ones, yeah, this is a little bit moon boyish right now, but until that one day when Elliot's right and he rubbed my face in it, because he's done it a time or two, just took my head and just take that, Road Dog. You suck, Road Dog. Your patterns suck. Elliot Wave is rolls. I got him back, though. I've got him back. Little bastard knows some jujitsu. I'm just saying. You gotta show him some respect, though. When Elliot says something, you gotta show him some respect. Elliot ain't got nothing to say right now, do you, Elliot? Huh? I got you turned on. You ain't saying nothing. You got your mouth shut, because you know. Put him on the 24 minute, and he's speaking bearishly. And you see why we argue now. That says you're going down 375. I see you're not going to win this election. You're not going to be the most popular kid on the block, Elliot, but I'll listen to you. Elliot says it's all over for MAVIA. MAVIA's dead. It's coming down. It's going to 375. It is all over. That's what Elliot is saying on his ABC correction, if you believe him. Vote for Joe Biden. That's what you... We're not doing this. Guys, again, anything you want me to take a look at, feel free to throw it out in the chat. Mike says TA is a self-fulfilled prophecy nowadays with bot trading. You know, I mean, I don't know. I think you can look at it that way, but I tell you, the more I see the mathematics in it and realize that sometimes I swear it's metaphysical. I do. And maybe there's something there, because if you look at the New Testament, it talks a lot. Jesus talks a lot about money. I don't know. I just think I think things tie together in some kind of weird mathematical scheme. And what we see with Fibonacci, and just how these are waves, these are cycles, and the repeating. And there's a ratio aspect, and there's harmonic aspects. It's kind of like your guitar strings when they're strumming. Yeah, you can see that same kind of thing going on, and just your standard waves. And when you start looking at all that, I'm not going to get all that. It can be freaky, especially if there's hopium around or a dispensary. They can really make you see things in these charts. Here's one that's been doing very well. This is Stride. You can find Stride over on Osmosis and also on CoinEx. There is a description. There's a link somewhere in the chat and also in the description below for CoinEx. I'm just throwing that out there because I can. And Stride. She's kind of hot. It's a liquid staking thing for Osmosis in one of them patterns that I know. Seemed like when I drew that trend line, it sounded crazy until that one day when it came up and actually hit that target. It's crazy, right? That's not me. That's not me bragging. I'm just doing what. I'm just applying principles that I mostly learned. The things that Thomas Bukowski says with patterns, man. I'm telling you.
Is this something that you like?
I ain't calling off numbers off the top of my head, man. They're right here. They're right here. This is the man who put in all the work, did all the study. The GOAT, Thomas Bukowski. So, we got a 618 fib area coming up here, also within line of this triangle. So these are normally bearish, right? Except for at this point in the market, they could be gloriously bullish as all freaking get out. We're not talking about a rising wedge breaking to the upside. Now those are cool. Those are awesome. We're not talking about a channel breaking to the upside. Those are cool. Those are awesome. We're talking about a bearish mega bone pattern breaking to the upside, and those can be pretty freaking amazing. Amazing.
It's all ours. You can't tell what I'm wearing.
I mean, take the measure move from this little guy and put him at a possible breakout. Can't be here. Can't be here. It's got to be up here somewhere. More than likely, it might even be up here. We're just guesstimating, but let's just take it. Just take that measure move for it. It takes you up to $15. Now, I know it seems like $15 is totally impossible from where you are sitting at $5.54. But then that one day, it just happens, and then you're like, holy crap. You said $15, but we're sitting up here at 19. What's the deal, Road Dog? You suck. And all I can do is say, Thomas Bukowski did that, not me. Hey, man, it's possible. Actually, we didn't even put a multiplier on there because if she does pull a move like that, I'm not saying that she will, but if she finds a partial decline here somewhere, but if you do see this pattern break out that way, it's on. Not trying to throw that out there. We're just looking right now. We just bounce off the edges until one day we don't, and it's usually to the downside. I am convinced that what we are looking at here is not actual price on this chart. We're looking at human emotion and all the dirty little bits, everything that makes up greed, everything that makes up fear. And I would argue that they are the same thing, because greed is nothing but fear of losing it, but not getting more. Fear of not being the man. Fear of not getting to that goal. And then what would be the opposite? What would our normal fear when things are coming down? Is it not greed and the antithesis? Is it not just another form of greed when it's coming down? I need to get out so I can hold on to at least what I got left so I won't be a loser. Two sides of one coin, maybe the same dang thing. Just in disguise, I don't know. Is it really polarities? How about INFRA? Is it Infra? That's a new one for me. BWARE. Is that an omen? Hey, there was this meme called Rug Pull. You remember it? Guess what they did? What BWARE? I don't. That just. Maybe it's. I know nothing about it. I can't speak on it, but I would have picked out another one. Infra. This looks cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4 could be coming up for a fifth wave. That means that it could go up for a double top at 262 or go even higher. That's just my guesstimation. Could we say $3.34 out of it? Maybe. So basically looking at these two targets here, Fib extensions 2618, 3618. Bear trap. That's a big old wick that you sent down there, buddy. What you got going on there? not liking what I'm not. She's just in you won't believe it until okay. She's doing this, guys. She's the third one of these. That's all we got to go on. Other than doing some horizontal levels here. But when you zoom out, connect the dots, that's kind of what we're doing, from candle bodies to candle bodies to wicks to candle bodies. Seems legit. This falls in line with it. That even falls in line with it. So I'm cool with that. And I'm cool that if she can't keep going up, that maybe she'll come back down to $1.52 for a little bit of support there. Sometimes you had a bad day, you just got to cry on your best friend's shoulder, and that best friend happens to be hanging around at about $1.52. Might happen. However, she might just get whisked away. Because we got a trend line here with a touch. She's retesting. Retesting this area. If it sticks, bounces, and it could. 9 just crossed over. I'm on the what? The daily 9 just crossed over the 21. That's bullish as all get out. Could be bouncing right off here, man. Ready to go up there and test that area. That's actually what it looks like it's trying to do. In my personal opinion for infra. So what the 4 hour says, it'll give us some insight. Yeah, we might be bouncing off of this 50 moving average. She may drop a little bit. Got a little bit of a something going on over here with a little channel. Might even be a little head and shoulders on your 5-minute time frame or something. I don't know, man, but dropping back down to that 50 moving average, maybe wicking below it. We got a little, on the smaller time frames, we can adjust our trend line a little bit more and draw just sporadic yellow lines on here because I can't use TradingView correctly for some reason. Let's grab that little guy, tweak him right there, lines up with that 50 really nice. So I feel better about that. Let's just say for the 4 hour says that maybe a bounce off of 205 in that area before we move up to 267. Might be what we're looking at, maybe. I like the way the 200 moving average just keeps going up like it took us Cialis like 2 pills in one day. Starting to point up there. Not only that, the 100 saw it and got turned on too, and it's starting to go up. So, you know, it looks like a party getting ready to happen here. And I'd say they're trying to head up to 265 just to hang out with all the cool kids. Mike says, it's human nature as well. If you lose 50% of $1,000 and your fear losing 500, you're going to sell at the worst time. It will mess you up. You are right. The TA is the first step to learning this game because it will help you find, that's all it does. It gives you a roadmap and probabilities. You learn probabilities and a roadmap of what might be happening. And then the smaller time, you know, we trade that. But it's the actual execution of that where your emotions come into play, and that you got to deal with that. The TA will help though. When you start doing this more and figuring out your own TA. Well, there was one point in this market, man, I would do my TA and then I would make my trades and I would get psyched out on the smaller time frames. I had to learn, oh crap, I'm seeing things a little bit further ahead than what, you know, especially some of the other tubers that I would be watching using the smaller time frames. The time frames kind of matter there. But zooming out, I had to get used to that. I was like, oh crap, I was right after all. But my head got to me, and I forget. You know, I was letting the smaller times. Oh no, that looks bearish. That looks bearish. That's not what my analysis showed me. But you learn to figure your own little thing out, and what works for you and everything, and it falls into place. But it's that whole psychology of learning to trust the TA, and then learning to execute this and using proper risk management. So you got TA. Ideally, you want something with good fundamentals. Learning some of that stuff is cool. But as far as your trading goes, you got your TA that will give you a roadmap, whatever system that you use, your indicators and everything that you do. They're just tools that work for you. You add to your toolbox to help you kind of figure out what the hell this chart is saying. And then eventually it'll start speaking to you and using accents and saying crazy stuff just like they do me. Don't tell your doctor that. They'll give you some kind of weird blue pill. Don't take the blue ones, take the red ones. Don't take any. Anyway, the TA will give you a roadmap, and then you work with your emotions during the whole trading. And if you're using leverage, well, that's because it's going to, every X you put on that dollar, or every X that you put on that trade, well, that's just added, about 10 times more emotion to that. So if you felt fear and greed before, oh man, this just cranked it up. Right there, right. It's the dopamine hits right there is why everybody likes it so much, I guess. And because you can nail it every once in a while before it steals all your money. It's all your emotions. It's your emotions. And then risk management. And that's when you start winning on your leverage, when you finally start really getting your risk management tightened up. But you'll notice, there's kind of a curve to it, man. First you start out, you're losing everything, right? You're seeing your account just go down, down, down. And that's where you're getting in the market until you figure out what's going on, and then you figure out how to turn things around. You got that story where if you're learning trading, you're first starting out and stuff. Yeah, you're going to be losing for a while until you get the hang of it, and then you're not going to lose anymore. You're going to kind of hang out. And then you're going to slowly start gaining. And especially if you're in the right time in the market, you're going to gain a lot and think you're a genius, and then when you start thinking that, you're probably going to screw up. But you'll stop losing, you'll start winning. You'll know that I'm getting it. It's starting to work now. It's making sense. This market's clicking. I'm starting to understand it. I got a chance to make this life-changing money. And that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, I appreciate you for hanging out with me and letting me rant a little bit there and going over all these charts and everything. It is now 12:08, and I got to cut this one short at some point. All right. Appreciate you for hanging out with me. Joe, it's good to see you. Strega, everybody. Crypto Rich, Dave P, Trade Intuition right there. Mike, Sam Webb, trying to get everybody here. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you again tomorrow night. Market's looking cool. Trade carefully. Don't let them trick you out of your Bitcoin. They tricked a lot of people out, and now look where we are now. Trade carefully. Make that money. See you tomorrow night. God bless you. Keep God in your life.
Come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice.
Mike is speaking the truth right there.
To the finish line.
At one point in the market, you can. Ben Armstrong proved that very effectively. Let's see if he can do it again. That's the real test.
In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you was really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wife know you're begging
I'll put that one on the list for tomorrow night for Loot Vibe.
Running for the meds. Show you like my vibe. Pass my candy on my wrist. Bad habit.
Sorry, I missed it.
Good night, everybody. What? What's up, Sam? We all good? Sam was awesome. Sam's the man. Good night, everybody.